Hi, I'm Jeremy Clopton and the owner of What's Your SQ? To me, strategic questions are really critical to being able to successfully apply technology. That's really where it started for me. Is I see so many organizations that are saying, well, how do I use this data? What do I do with my data? And when you do that, it's so hard to get any traction. I mean, if you give, I'm self-proclaimed a bit of a nerd. If you give somebody like me data and a tool or tools to analyze it and say, what can you do with this? Well, I can keep myself busy for weeks on end, trying to find different things and going down different rabbit holes. The problem is, it's not focused. It really doesn't give you that specific area that you're trying to hone in on and problem that you're trying to solve. To me, that's where the strategic question comes in. If you look at some of the most successful applications of analytics, early on it was in the marketing space is where you saw it. We all check a box to get those customized marketing officers, and it's based on analytics. They have a very strategic question: how can we increase sales from this specific customer? If we would start to take that same approach in other areas of the company, even in anti-fraud, if we would start to say, where specifically do I have the risk of employee theft? Now all of a sudden, we can use our data, we can use our technology, we can be very specific. And the other thing that the strategic question does is it helps get people away from the allure of big data. Relevant data, actionable data, and the right data, to me, is much more important than just saying, well, we have big data. By asking a strategic question, you're able to figure out what is the relevant data, what's the right data, what's the important data, so that then you can actually accomplish something, answer that question, and drive action. That's really where the strategic question comes from, and for me, it's not just with data, it goes into so many other areas of the business where it can have a really big impact, whether it's innovation, which is typically closely tied to technologies and data, but even just how you leverage your team. We have so many generations in the workplace. That's another way that you can start to really leverage those other generations. And to me, it all goes back to the strategic question. It's what ties these various areas together, especially as it relates to corporate culture and a culture of innovation. And a successful corporate culture is you have to be asking really good questions and specific questions, and then you can start to accomplish some of those goals.